What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Usually it's a little late right now to be making this video, but usually I make them during the day. But I got this email, and I get hundreds of emails a day, literally. And as you guys probably know, most of them, a lot of them now are not even about bodybuilding. You know, they're about other things. And I was just telling a woman tonight who's come into my life recently. We're talking about how, you know, bodybuilding bonds us together, and we've talked about this so many times on the channel. But there's so many other things that bond us together as human beings in general that we don't even look at. We just look at that one thing, and you know, bodybuilding, and that's what we all think about. And I think that by coming out and saying some of the things that I've said and talking about the things that I have, it connects on a different way than, you know, it would if it was just a bodybuilding channel. And I'm fine with it. I'm actually absolutely fine with that. I feel really good when someone comes up to me in Expo and they start talking about something other than bodybuilding about the channel. I mean, I do. And this has actually, you know, this channel has introduced me to people all over the world. I was in Mexico and I had people coming up to me that watch the channel. They're like, "Oh my God, Bios3, you're in Mexico. What are you doing here?" You know, like, it was amazing. And at the supermarket, you know, and I got the metro, and just the most random places, not just at these expos anymore. And, you know, I kind of step back and I'm like, why do people connect with me? Why? You know, and I get these emails and I read them all, and every once in a while I get one that, like, so like right now, this is one of those keep your shit together moments, like when you read stuff like this. So I'll just read it. It says, "Hello, Jerry. First, I want to say thank you for letting us into your life," which I think that's why I connect a lot better with a lot of people like that. "I've learned a lot from it and bettered myself because of it. I'm sure thousands of others have as well. This message has absolutely nothing to do with training, nutrition, etc., but with saying that possible last goodbye. I'm almost 43 years old, blue collar pretty much all my life, 2.5-year-old son that I have to fight to see after a separation due to a serious illness. And for the past 2 years, I've been back with my parents. It's been nothing less than devastatingly hard. And when it comes to access to my own son, a little misspelling, but anyways, my own son, my surgeries, he has bad carpal tunnel and chronic shoulder impingement. But that's all minuscule to my dad's recent diagnosis of pancreatic cancer." We got some fucking alarm going off over here on this stupid thing. That really sets the mood, right? So you see, the majority of guys, I think, have never hugged, like I've never hugged my dad and told him I loved him until this morning. Today he left for Toronto for a major surgery, but has already been told that the cancer has spread and it doesn't look good. I'll tell you, I wept like a baby and hugged my dad and told him I loved him for the first time in close to 40 years. I'm 43 years old in August this year. And as terrible as it is, it felt good at the same time. Right now, as I write this, I don't know if I'll ever see my dad alive again. His surgery is tomorrow. They're taking out everything. Jerry, the reason I'm writing you this is that you instinctively know how to connect with other people. It's obvious to many of us that you are intelligent because of your life experiences, but you're truly a compassionate person, but also a no bullshit attitude. You tell people how it really is without talking down to them. You empower people without them even knowing it, me included. Maybe you could make a video of how important it is to let those know you care about them and how you really feel about them before it's too late. Feel free to use my name because videos have more impact when the name is attached. I live in North Bay, Ontario. Give Bruno a hug for me because I love dogs. Fix that fucking camera angle. And most importantly, call your parents tonight and tell them that you love them. I don't give a shit if you did it last night. Your friend and student, Dave. Dave is out in Canada. And what Dave is feeling right now, I felt when I saw my dad at the end of his chemotherapy and the radiation. It's the same feeling. You don't know. I didn't think I'd ever see him alive again. I came home and I started to compile a eulogy for my dad. And I've talked about this before in other videos. And at that point, I had still harbored ill feelings towards both of my parents about the molestation that had happened when I was younger, and the fact that they never took care of it. So here's my dad, who I thought I'd never see again. Of course, I hugged him and told him I loved him, but deep down inside, I still, held this resentment because of what had happened to me. And I wasn't going to talk to them about it. I wasn't going to say anything about it because my dad, I felt, was going to die. That was it. It was going to be it. There's no point in bringing it up to upset him in the condition that he was in. And I just felt like I'd just live with it. As the way that things turned out, my dad not only survived, but he's actually doing really well. He got a second lease on life, and I was able to have that conversation with my parents to clear the air. And I feel like, I honestly really do feel like I lost a lot of years. It's not that I don't love my parents. It's not that they don't love me. It's not that, I haven't had good times with them and stuff. But that connection that I could have had with them, if I had had that discussion with them earlier, those years could have had better quality. And ever since we did have that discussion about my uncle with the molestation and stuff like that, and my mom told me to make the video, and I made the video and put it up, I have felt closer to my parents than I have since before it happened. They're going to be visiting here in a few weeks to come down to Maryland to visit, and I can't wait for them to get here. I really can't. For the first time in a long time, I feel solid again. I feel solid inside. I feel solid that, my family is my family. And I get the opportunity to tell them that I love them. And I talk to them all the time, even if it's just to shoot the shit. And, my mom called me. I happened to post in a video. My mom watches these videos. She watches all these videos. Hi, Mom. She watched one of the videos, and I said, I was having a bad day until it was one of the GASP Bios3 videos until, I said, I was having a bad day, but this guy's really having a bad day. And she saw the video and she called me. She said, what's the matter? You're having a bad day. And I just saw it. I said, hey, it's just not like, I'm not ready to jump off a bridge or anything. I'm just having one of those days. And I just happened to mention it in the video. But, that was enough for her to just call. Even, the way that she treats me now, it's different after having that talk. And there's a possibility that I could have never had that talk with my parents. Like this guy is telling everybody, Dave, tell people you love them, clear the air of things, don't hold on to things. I know it's easier said than done because I hold on to a lot of shit. I've done it my whole life. It's been so hard to let go of so many things that, it's been almost like a full-time job carrying around some of the shit that I've carried around. But as I've let it go, I feel better. I feel more me. I feel more solid. I feel more spiritual. I feel more everything. That you clear the air and you tell people, hey, if you love someone, tell them you love them. If you don't like them, you can say it in a nice way, but tell them you don't like them. Or, you don't have to live without saying the things that you want to say. You don't have to be a dick about it. But this guy, Dave, is right. And Dave, I'm sorry that your dad is sick. And I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that he comes through the surgery, and at the very least you get just a little more time with him, because you're realizing now, at least you didn't realize it before it was too late and he was gone and you couldn't hug him and tell him that you loved him. You got at least that one hug in, that one I love you in, which, at this stage in his life where it's ending, may have been the most important moment right then, or the final most important moment that he's going to have, which... that's a great moment right there. So I'm hoping for the best that you get at least a little more time. Maybe a miracle happened and he recovers. Miracles do happen. Look at my dad. It happens. But, keep your chin up and keep loving your dad and let him know. If you call him, tell other family members, and if you have to, just sit back and try to remember some of the good times, over the bad times, all the same shit that everybody says. But the bottom line is you got it figured out now. You understand it now, and you're reaching out to me so that I can reach out to other people to tell them the lesson that you've learned. And by you reaching out to me and me now making this video, people have now learned it. And that's what's important. biosyourtraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biosyourtraining.com is a blog. Here's to your dad, Dave. It's to Dave's dad bicep, and we're out.